Several areas in Vermont, USA, July 30, 2024.
Wow. I know, that's crazy. Jesus. You can't tell where the field begins and the road.
Severe flooding in Vermont sweeps away roads, trapping terrified residents amid flash flood emergency. Emergency officials in Vermont have urged residents to seek high ground as rivers and streams continue to swell after a slow-moving storm dumped more than 8 inches of rain overnight, prompting forecasters to issue 2 rare flash flood emergency orders Tuesday morning.
It's for science.
Well, all our stuff is floating away.
The flash flood emergency covers communities such as St. Johnsbury, Danville and Lyndon. The National Weather Service office in Burlington said that while no additional rain is expected, the threat of flooding will continue through at least Tuesday afternoon. Homes are being swept away. Cars are underwater. Some roads are flooded, the NWS said. Check on your friends and neighbors. Emergency officials in Vermont said residents should evacuate immediately if flooding occurs, but warned them to respect all diversions and avoid driving on roads covered in water. Officials said at least 10 swiftwater rescue teams were dispatched to the area, and about 24 rescues were made by early morning. The Swiftwater Rescue Team, officials said, remained on the ground to help residents wherever they were needed. The overnight rain in Vermont's Northeast Kingdom was a historic event. About a month's worth of rain fell in 2 hours overnight, with 4.38 inches of rain falling between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Yeah, we're definitely not taking Red Village.
Officials said several homes were destroyed in Lyndon and several cars were submerged in water in East Burke. Stay-at-home orders were in effect in St. Johnsbury and Lyndon. There were no reports of injuries. St. Johnsbury received more than 8 inches of rain Monday night, breaking all previous records, and more rain was expected Tuesday. Flash flooding that swept through parts of northern Vermont washed out roads and bridges across the region, and police have asked residents in St. Johnsbury and Lyndonville to shelter in place and not travel unless personal safety was at risk. Water rescues have also been reported in the area. This is an extremely dangerous situation, the NWS said. Seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding is possible at low water crossings, creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, roads and tunnels. Flash flood emergencies are rare and pose a serious threat to human life. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing a flooded area or there is an evacuation order.
Oh my god. We're definitely not getting in. Yeah, we're definitely not taking Red Village.
Parts of Orleans, Essex, and Caledonia counties are also under flash flood warnings. The flash flooding last night was only a few places compared to what we saw 2 or 3 weeks ago, but the impacts were just as severe locally, said John Goff, a hydrologist with the National Weather Service in Burlington. Reliable rainfall reports indicate that 7 to 8 inches of rain fell in downtown St. Johnsbury, as well as in Morgan, Vermont. That's another area that was hit hard. Vermont Emergency Management sent swift water rescue teams to the area overnight and conducted about 24 rescues, according to spokesman Mark Bosma. As of 8:45 a.m., Vermont Emergency Management Director Eric Foran told Vermont Public that swift water rescues were beginning to taper off, but crews were remaining on standby as the Passumpsic River continued to rise. The river is expected to crest this afternoon at about 17 feet, which is a moderate flood stage. Several road closures were reported across the kingdom, including US 2 and parts of US 5 in St. Johnsbury, parts of State Route 111 in Morgan and Route 114 in East Burke. Find the latest road info at New England 511. Flooding is ongoing and more closures are expected. Officials are urging residents to shelter in place. If you can, that's the best and safest way to go, Foran said. As long as your home is not in danger, stay there. If you have to get out, don't drive through standing water. You don't know what's going to happen under the water. And if you need help, call 911 to get that help as soon as possible. About 200 households are currently without power, according to VT outages.